What up? What's
What's
happening? Oh, you
happening?
hate us.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Hey, it is Friday, and if it's Friday, it's time to be heard. Audible
Yes,
Sports Podcast, where
sir.
sports meets life and culture. I am half of that terrific tandem that is Bobby G and Wildcard Mar. What's happening, brother?
Yes, sir, man. I am feeling good, feeling great, feeling
Hey,
good. Man, we just had,
Outcast.
hey, always, you already know. Man, apologies, folks. I know y'all missed us last week, but your boy was out of
Yeah.
town. I was in Philly, had WrestleMania weekend, and
Hey.
had a great time.
Yeah, you
But
gotta
we back.
apologize for that, man. That's a for those enthusiasts
Yeah,
of the World Wrestling Entertainment, formerly Federation. That's when I used to be a fan. You gotta
yeah.
apologize, that man. That's like that's almost like going to Mecca for someone who
Retreat. I know.
practices Islam.
Hey, yeah.
You got to do it once in your lifetime. You got to go to WrestleMania, so you got to
Oh, gotta
apologize.
do
How
it,
how was it? Break it to come on, man. Give us the
man.
highlights. Give us the
Man,
lowdown.
it was so lit that I hopefully I can make it a yearly thing. But WWE for some reason they did not announce where they were doing it next year, which they normally
Mm.
do. But regardless, met up with a couple, well, not a couple, a few of people that are in wrestling groups that we got on Facebook. That we do, little promo, little groups together, and wrestling fans came together. So it was almost like a retreat, little wrestling retreat, man.
All
So,
right.
um, hey, man, it was necessary for me to do because, for those that don't know, I live in a household of three daughters and a wife. So I needed some testosterone around me, and it was nice to be around the fellas.
Yep.
Wife mad when I watch wrestling. And anyway, and yes, wrestling is cool. I don't care what nobody says. They used to make fun of us growing up in the
Yeah.
attitude era. Some nerds
Yeah.
watching wrestling. Why
Right.
you watching the fake crap? And then lo and behold, all you people watch Desperate Housewives of whatever
You
city.
know what I'm saying?
You watch Love and Hip Hop, and then I look at y'all like there's no way y'all talking about me and my wrestling. But anyway, regardless, um, it was billed to be the dopest WrestleMania of all time. To me, as a wrestling fan, it lived up to the billing. We had the great reign of Roman Reigns come to an end, which I was kind of saddened to see, because he's pretty much solidified himself as the GOAT of promo wrestling,
Okay.
professional wrestling. But hey, Cody Rhodes
Is
finished
he?
his
He
story.
didn't pass up. He passed up the Rock and
Man,
Hogan.
hey, man, if you ask me, man, Roman Reigns, what he's been doing the last 4 years in professional wrestling, I don't think nobody can touch, man. That man
Okay.
he just did. Hey, he literally led WWE through the pandemic straight into a billionaire, $1 billion company with ease, and
Yeah.
had the whole
Okay.
promo on his back, had the whole promotional on his
Yeah.
back, and then he kind of did something that most wrestling fans love to see. Did a lot of storytelling, and if you
Mm.
was able to pretty much was even going back as far as 10 years ago to bring some
Okay.
storytelling into the final match Sunday night. Uh, Wrestling fans, man, loved it. I'm still geeked up from the whole situation a week later, and yeah, man, wrestling is cool again. Well, I always thought it was cool, but it's in the mainstream. But no, I
Absolutely.
had a great time, man. Hopefully, y'all might catch the Audible podcast streaming
Hey.
from a WrestleMania in the near future. Hopefully we can
You know
get
what
some.
I'm saying?
So you never know. You never know.
Triple H, give me a call. You know what I mean? Hunter.
Paul,
Yeah, Hunter. Yeah.
hey
Hit
Paul.
me
No,
up.
I'm gonna call him by his first name, Paul. Holla at me.
Yeah.
Holla at Bobby G. I'm telling you, hey man, we can make things happen, man. Now I had a great time, man. I think everybody should experience it, even if you're not a, hardcore wrestling fan like myself. I think it's geared to just entertain, and that's exactly what they did for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. There's certain things you gotta do in your lifetime, even if you're not a fan, or just certain things here. Like go to a concert in person.
Mm,
Like It's one thing to watch events on television. It's but like when you're there and you feel the electricity of the crowd and like just the various emotions going through. Like I'll tell you one of the most recently one of the best things I've done. Not last year before last anniversary. Me and the wife went to go see Silk Sonic.
Nice.
Bruh.
It's our
The
anniversary.
the best show I've ever been to in my life.
Oh yeah, you got you some brownie points too. I know
Man. No, because I'm the bigger fan. And I'm a true fan of Anderson .Paak. For those who don't know, Silk Sonic, Anderson .Paak
Yep.
and Bruno Mars collaboration.
Yep.
I'm a huge Anderson .Paak fan.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we but them together like on the stage is electric, man. The crowd was electric.
I can only imagine, bro.
You know, it's one of those shows where they make you lock your phone up and so you can't record them. They done made a song about how you gonna have so much fun at the show because we took your phones away.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
They literally made a song for it. It's crazy, but yeah.
I think that's dope that they make you put your phone away because
Yeah, man, you're in the moment.
Yeah. It makes you focus on the show because they're gonna give it to you. I think that's
exactly.
dope.
Yeah, and definitely I've never been to a WrestleMania. When I was a kid, I went to I remember back in the day they don't do these type of things anymore. I wish they would get back into it. Maybe they do. But when I was a kid, they at the movie theater, they would show it.
Oh,
You go to the movie theater and you watch via satellite. You say via satellite now, it would be streaming. But yeah, I went to the movies, $15, went and watched one like that. But never been in person. I definitely got to make one of those journeys. I've been to most of it. I've been to a Super Bowl. I've been to a World Series. I've not been to an NHL Finals. I had the opportunity. I missed the Golden Knights when they were in the finals. I had a lot going on last year when we were there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been to Super Bowl, been to World Series, been to WNBA Finals. Looking to do that again this year as my Aces look for the back to back.
The Aces stay in there so much. I think you got more than one opportunity to check out a WNBA Finals the way they be up in the finals so much. So yeah, man.
But yeah, that's enough. Let's get into the shout outs and honorable mentions. But before we do that, thank everybody for tuning in. And of course, follow the directions on your screens. Go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, turn your notifications on so you know when we are here in our mouths, which is every Friday. Well,
yes,
obviously, unless we go into WrestleMania and things, but every Friday, other than those Fridays, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Shout outs and honorable mention, as I was gonna do it, man. Shout out to WWE and all their participants. Shout out to the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, his first ever championship. Shout out to Roman Reigns. Shout out to the Undertaker who popped his head, came outside. You know what I'm talking about?
Bro. We lost it when Undertaker came out and hit the gong.
Dong.
Yeah, we lost it. The whole crowd lost. We lost it.
So I wasn't there, but I did watch. I did watch. I subscribed to the Peacock Network, so I was able to watch both nights. And honestly, it's the first one I watched in about 10 years. So and it was definitely entertaining. Shout out to to Jason Kelsey.
That was funny. That was funny. Him and Lane Johnson. That was funny. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I thought that was very humorous of them.
Then shout out to shout out to CM Punk and and what to me was the best moment of WrestleMania because it was so ironic and so funny, well put together by the WWE. I have not been involved with wrestling sometimes, so I'm forgetting names. What's my guy's name that won the championship?
Yeah, Damian Priest is
no, not Damian Priest. The Irish guy.
So
Drew McIntyre, right? There we go. Drew McIntyre.
He beat Seth Rollins and clearly had the championship for probably 6 minutes before he got cast.
Exactly.
So Yeah.
Exactly, and shout out to the because that was the whole thing. Like he been trying to get the belt back, and finally got the belt back. And CM Punk is ringside talking his talk, and McIntyre's talking his talk back at him. McIntyre gets the 1-2-3 over Rollins for the dub, and goes to talking CM Punk. CM Punk, who had his arm wrapped up in the joint because his shoulders messed up, and he said, "Yeah, watch this. I'm tired of you running your mouth." Just popped that joint off, smacked him with it, knocked him out, and then homie Damian Priest, shout out to him, rolled out with the Money in the Bank. The dude literally had the belt for 3 minutes.
Yeah, barely had it. Had enough time to kiss his wife, say, "Yeah, baby, I did it." Then he start running his mouth to CM Punk, and he should. The moment I saw him running his mouth to CM Punk, I'm like, "Oh,
yeah, something about to go down." It ain't. Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, it's about to go down." And somebody was sitting next to me. They was like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, Damian Priest is about to cash in because I saw Punk take the brace off his arm and then he smacked him because it's battles. I was like, oh yeah, he better knock him out. Like Here it comes. Soon enough, then it all kind of went down how we talked about it. So man, had a great time, man. Had a blast, man. They WWE did their thing on this WrestleMania for sure.
Yeah, that one was dope. The dope thing for me is, like I said, I haven't been paying much attention. So, like, I had no idea who the money, all that. Like, everything was an absolute surprise for me. I was watching. I was like, oh, yeah. It was just so. I can't stop laughing about that part. Yeah, it was so hilarious.
Especially being there and you see the briefcase go flying when he smacked them with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dope, man.
Shout out to the homie R-Truth, who was around the last moments when I was really, really into wrestling, for getting the tag team championships. He and the Miz. Shout out to the Miz, my Cleveland brother. Even though he's from the burbs, we let him slide.
Nah, show love to your Ohio brethren, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, he be putting on. That match was incredible. The only match that I really wasn't feeling was which one was it? There was another. Oh yeah, with Bobby Lashley and their tag team. I wasn't feeling that match. That we could have done something better. Come on, guys. What happened to Bobby Lashley? Dude, let's. What happened? Like, I remember he first joined WWE. And he was he was the next big. He was basically the black Brock Lesnar.
Hey man, your guess
we got him and we're gonna push him. And bro, he just turned into a jobber.
Hey man, your guess is just as good as mine. Trust me. I'm hoping that they can get Bobby Lashley back to being on top of things. But hey, in due time, I'm pretty sure we'll see. I mean, it's a new era with Triple H running it. They made emphasis on it as him and Stephanie came out each night to remind everybody that it's a new era for sure. And they're not being shy that Vince McMahon is no longer in charge. So hey man, we'll see what happens. One thing I have noticed is that they are good at kind of listening to the fans now because I think the only reason why that whole Rock, Roman, and Seth Rollins and Cody thing kind of happened because the fans really weren't feeling Rock and Roman as the main event Sunday night, so they kind of audibled and they had a docu-series come out on YouTube to kind of document that, and so hopefully they they do a little bit more listening to the fans and what the fans really want. So I think now is our part as fans. If we really want Bobby Lashley to be in that picture, is make what we talk about on the Audible be heard. So be heard. So let your grievances be heard, and hopefully Paul and the creative team listen. So hey man, regardless, I think that they done a phenomenal job so far as making sure that they they've been putting out some fire content leading up to WrestleMania. The last 2 months was fire. So like your weekly shows of SmackDown and Raw have been some of the best shows I've seen in some time. Even their level of NXT has been pretty good that they do on
Okay.
Tuesday night. So I mean, WWE's been doing their thing, and I know they got their competitive in AEW, and a lot of people say is kind of trash, and I'm one of them. But um, uh, AEW, they every now and then they put on a good matchup and have a good match. And that they entertains wrestling wise. They kind of been lacking on the entertainment part, but I will say this: AEW was necessary because it forced WWE to get their shit together and forced WWE to get right. So
Hey,
it
shout
is.
out to
So
you, Angel. I'll talk
what's
to
up, hey,
Shanti or Alicia Keys. Who's more beautiful?
man? Give me both.
I'm saying.
I'm
I'm
French.
saying. I,
I'm menage a trois. Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, hard choice, both women. Exactly. Exactly. Shout out to you, Angel. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe.
That's a good question, though.
I'm
Hey,
a. If they were both standing in front of me, I think I shoot my shot at Alicia.
boy.
If I had they were both in front of me and it's like I probably shoot my shot at Alicia, man. But yeah, both are beautiful. Cause I don't want no problems with Nelly. I think I could beat Swiss ass, and I don't want no problems with Nelly. That's really what it is. We're gonna be honest. This is Audible. Man. Swiss want to shoot the fade. I got him, bro. But Nelly,
good?
Man, I know where Nelly come from, and I know what comes with that beef. And I'm from Cleveland. I got hitters with me too, but a battle between Cleveland and the Lou, I really don't want to see that go down. That could
Wow, bro.
Yeah. So, but Swiss, yeah, give me man, bro. What Swiss? 90 pounds soaking wet. Yeah, bro. I'm Jake Paul in you.
Hey yo. Yo, you wild, bro, for that one. That's hilarious.
Mary J. Finer.
Hey, Mary J's a beautiful woman, but
that's
guess
unfair
what?
because she's older.
Mary J, look, I ain't hating on Mary J. I think she's beautiful, but we all, especially me and you, we old enough to know that Mary J been through some shit. I don't know if I got the mental capacity to deal with unwrapping all that shit she done with.
No more drama.
I don't think I got the mental capacity to break down them walls. Mary J been through it,
She has, man. Her and the homie Casey. Shout out to Jodeci. Shout out to Mary J. But yeah, I don't know. I'll say she old. It's not fair. It's not fair to judge the older women because hey, like Angela Bassett, man. Come on, Angela Bassett is timeless. So she's gonna win versus anybody. You know what I mean? So you can't put right, man. It's like just some.
She's still carrying the dumpy dog.
Hey. Hey.
we keep it greasy over here. Angela Bassett still walking around with the dumpy dog. Lord.
We'll just say, the ladies out there like Mary J, Angela, like they're in a different weight class. So it's just we keep keep it fair. Shanti and Alicia, that's a fair 1-on-1. But yeah,
they good.
Like Angela Bassett, Sade, she's bro.
Boy, stop. Hey man,
different weight class.
We about to cut up because let's keep it moving because you brought up Sade.
Hey, I appreciate that one, Angel. That was a yeah, that was a good one. Sweet taboo. Hey. But I mean, speaking of women, that's Angel. That's a great segue. And first thing we're gonna hit on is women's sports. Women's sports is on a great run due to the rise in popularity of women's college basketball. Of course, led by Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Juju Watkins, Buke. Like I could go on naming the female athletes. But Caitlin Clark is leading the way. She has the ability to turn pro, and our topic of the day, leading off, is how how much can she change the financial landscape for female athletes? And I started this conversation on Wednesday with Big Mike from the Man Cave. We were talking about AFC North. How did we go from the AFC North to women's basketball? I don't know. Maybe it was me because the Audible does that to them, so I try and turn every show into Audible. But
Audible, switch it.
but I threw it out there that basically I feel like she has the ability to change the financial landscape for women's sports, not just basketball. We see what's being thrown out there. Ice Cube offered $5 million to play in the Big Three. Master P topped that and said, "I'll give you $10 million to play on my team specifically." So we see the impact that she's having now. Now, does she have the right people around her in her corner? Because she's got a big summer coming up. She got a big summer coming up. And it's big is not just for her. Like I said, she is carrying basically the weight of women's athletics on her shoulders. How big of an impact and how important are the moves that she makes this summer, do you feel, to the financial scalings in women's sports?
That's a dope question. And to start off answering that, I'm gonna say this: whether Caitlin knows it or not, she is about to carry that load. She is about to carry that weight, whether she asks for it or not. Just because of the popularity of women's sports that her and Angel Reese were a part of. And let's be frank, it wasn't just Caitlin Clark, but Caitlin Clark has been the denominator of those big numbers. The national championship brought in 18-7. And then the matchup with her in Iowa and UConn, she was in it. It was like, 12 or 14 or something like that.
Yeah, basically played in 3 straight games that were the highest viewed, the highest viewed basketball games over like the last 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, and then you talk about the viewership her and Angel brought last year for the national championship. So whether people want to give it to Caitlin or not, she's been the common denominator of all those big viewership sporting events, regardless. Her and the Iowa Hawkeye. But so whether she likes it or not, that is a giant weight, like you said, kind of bestowed on her, and unbeknownst her. She didn't ask for it. I'm assuming she didn't ask for it, but it's been bestowed on her. There's things of like Michael Jordan. I'm pretty sure he didn't ask for a lot of things. But it was bestowed on him, and we saw what came from it. Probably Kobe didn't, to a certain degree, didn't ask for certain things. In fact, my point that I'm getting to is when it comes to what the media decides to latch on to and ride with, whether the person asks for it or not, it's on them, and there's going to be an amount of pressure on Caitlin to do what's best, not only for her but for the future of women in sports in general when it comes to the pay scale. And but I think let's look at it twofold. WNBA has a issue with their pay scale, and I think they need to figure that out. But here's where Caitlin can come in. She can figure out what not only drawing power that I can bring, as in ticket sales, viewership. She can handle that. And then you can say, hey, once the Angel Reese's is coming in here with me, and down the line, the Juju Watkins and the, Malaysia Fluiley and the Flies J. Johnsons and the Paige Beckers comes in, and all of us with our drawing power are bringing in so much money. Then that's when you come and you have your CBA talk and be like, hey, man, hey, all these big names that were in the college world for the last 4 years are in your league now and bringing in this money, ticket sales, jersey sales, viewership. Then you can affect it that way. But you gotta affect it that way Make sure the content is there, and you playing some good competitive basketball that is worth watching. So that they have to handle that on their own. And me and you knowing we've been fans of the ladies playing basketball, that part I'm not worried about. It's the business side, as in making sure that they get what they're worth. Now, we also need to look at it as, until the WNBA get their pay scale fixed, maybe affected in the, endorsement part. Get your bread this way, get your bread that way. What can we affect to get the marketing part and the corporate sponsors and whatnot? Let them come to you. Let Nike, let Gatorade, let whatever sports associated, whether it's some type of apparel or drink or food, come your way and let them, DoorDash, let them come sponsor the hell out of y'all. Get the money. Because you get that corporate money, that shows that people are willing to sponsor it. And then that can also be another tidbit on your case to go to the table and say, hey, WNBA, this is why you have to start getting better at your pay scale. So,
right.
But I think we've had this conversation before on the show. WNBA, I think they kind of failed the ladies because they never really took their marketing and their affecting the pay scale serious enough 25, 27 years ago when the season when the WNBA started, to make sure that the ladies stayed in America, to not having to go overseas to get compensation and play for Euro leagues to get the money and things like that. But hey, man, it's going to start with Caitlin to be, I guess, the fire starter of that. In a sense, to the one to be and I don't want to compare her to MJ, but be the Michael Jordan to change how you view the sport. Because Michael Jordan, hey, say what you want. I think he kind of changed the way how the blueprint on how you do things when it comes to the advertisement and the endorsements and things like that when it came to the NBA. I think he changed it and kind of gave a blueprint for others to follow, like your Kobe Bryants, like your LeBron James, and maybe Caitlin can be that one to set the blueprint so that it can be followed. And hell, further down the line, maybe even be altered a little bit so that those behind her can, benefit just as much as she has. So we'll see how it goes, man. But I think we both can agree on WNBA. You cannot fumble this bag. You can't fumble this.
You cannot.
You can't fumble.
Absolutely. 100% agree with everything you said. Co-sign it 1,000%. Wednesday, I made the comments, like, to me, she has the hands of women's sports. Or she has women's sports in her hands for the next, potentially for the next 10 years of female athletes. Definitely for the foreseeable future. And by foreseeable future, I mean female athletes like Juju, true freshman this year, won't be WNBA eligible till she's 22 at least, by rule. By rule, for those that don't know, WNBA eligibility standards are 22 years old, or all of your college eligibility is exhausted. Now it sucks that they specifically say eligibility, because listen, you can actually graduate college and still have eligibility to play left.
Yeah.
So it's not even if they change it to graduate, your graduation status, that'd be better, because hell, you can graduate college in 2 years if you grind it.
True.
You know what I mean? That would then free these athletes up more, but the fact that they put that word, all your eligibility is exhausted, makes it that length of time go by. But yeah, I feel like, and it started because the thing that hit my head was how much the financial impact for women's sports was felt with the first women's soccer team that won the World Cup. Like I remember that time, and then I remember the chant, the I believe that we will, all, like, I remember being that, which is one of the dopest hype chants of all time, by the way. But the impact that and I remember that feeling, the feeling I had back then, watching women's soccer, not having a clue about it, not a big soccer fan myself, but I show support when necessary.
Yeah.
And just like that's the same feeling I got in watching women's basketball. This, like, now, it's like those same feelings. Like okay, I'm getting to know the sport. I'm getting to know the athletes. The athletes are making me feel a certain way, and now I want to make sure that their future is taken care of. More coming in. We got Beautiful Bit of Bastards. What's happening, Brodies?
What's happening?
Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Hop in the convo. We're talking about Caitlin Clark's financial impact on women's sports, not just basketball, women's sports as a whole. I feel she can impact as, like, her presence can tip the scale. Because I know that fight started a long time with that team. And their whole argument was rings and things matter. Well, guess what? We got a World Cup. The men don't. But the men get paid X and we get paid Z. And then guess what? 4 years later, they did it again.
Yeah.
We got 2 World Cups. We dominate, like they're dominating. I forget what it's called for women's soccer when they just play, because they don't have a regular season. Obviously, it's just like they play regular matches, or I forget what it's called. But they're smacking other countries in those. And they're winning World Cups, but yet the pay scale substantially, they're making less than the men. They're both sponsored by the same company, Nike. I ain't saying no names. Why the pay difference? And that battle's been fought since then. I feel now you have a star in Caitlin who can carry that weight. She swings a bigger hammer than any female athlete before her. And whereas in the years prior, you've had female like Diana Taurasi. Oh, she could be the female version of this person, or nah. Caitlin is coming to the table with, oh, not only is she looking like the female version of a Steph Curry, she got $15 million guaranteed in her face. WNBA, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
See, no other athlete. This is like LeBron getting drafted and Nike cutting him a check for $100 million before he touched the court. That's exactly what this is like. Now, the NBA rookie wage scale being what it is, I think his rookie contract was sort of like 25 million, fully guaranteed. He couldn't help it, but I mean, bro, 20 million, that's cool. I can live with that.
Shit, I can right now.
Caitlin, on the other hand, we're looking at 76,000.
Yeah.
That's right, folks. You heard correct. 76,000. LeBron came out the gate 20 million from the NBA. Not including the 100 million from Nike. Caitlin is going to this thing looking at 76,000. For the money generated by professional sports, me and my wife should not be in the same tax bracket as Caitlin Clark.
Oh.
I'm not saying that what me and my wife do isn't important.
But I'm saying, when you break it down like that, dog, like she looking like a common person.
I'm saying.
And as special as you are, and I don't mean to call you copy, you get what I'm saying. Like me, you, your wife, we are not on that elevated status of, you know, having cameras pushing our face on a regular basis, being
Except
seen
for every Friday at 7 Eastern and 4
every
Pacific.
Friday. Exactly. But you know, like Caitlin Clark is literally like, you know, she got 18.7 million people worldwide watching her. You know,
Right.
it's she's on such a media plateau that, you know, you would think that she's bringing in or being part of a common denominator of being a fire starter of so much people watching their sport. There's no way she should be paid as, you know, what we're doing.
Yeah.
And like, there's no way.
And the
Like
fact that you have a $1 billion company supporting you,
man, it's crazy, bro.
like neither my wife or I have $1 billion company supporting us. Our pay is justified by what the people behind us make.
Mm-hmm.
But she's walking into a situation where she's supported by $1 billion company. Like 76,000, bro. That's like getting in on Facebook from the beginning. That's what that stock is like. That stock is like you got in on Facebook from the beginning. But like, and I say that is the way she can change it is. I got $15 million in my face. I can go grab right now. That 76,000 ain't gonna cut it. So we got to do something. I will happily play in the WNBA
in a heartbeat.
Yeah. But we got to do something about it. And I'm not saying you got to come up with 15 million. Can you give me one?
Shit, I'll turn into Juana Man real quick. What's good?
Can you give me one? Can I get $1 million? Matter of fact, can I get $1.5 million so that half can cover the taxes so that I gross $1 million?
Yeah, you out west, your taxes are way more crazy than mine.
Well, no, she gonna get drafted by Indiana.
Yeah, so
we do the Indiana taxes.
Yeah,
because you know this what it used to be Marcus. I don't know what the arena in Indiana is called anymore, but whatever it is. Oh, you know all them people from Iowa is coming over. Iowa's basically they about to move to Indiana.
Oh yeah, they ain't nothing but a few hours away.
Yeah. So that arena's gonna be filled all summer.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, the Pacers might be the second most popular team in Indiana in the future.
They about to,
yeah,
they about to be. Well, because it's about to be the Indiana Fever.
Well, actually, third. Yeah, you got the University of Indiana. I forgot.
Oh, you talking about basketball team? I was going overall. Yeah. I was gonna go the Colts first, then the Indiana Fever, and then everybody else can fall in line after that, dog.
Oh yeah, so you sliding even further, you might be fifth.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man.
But it all depends on how the WNBA handles the situation.
Yeah, they can't drop this bag, dog.
Yeah, and she's going to a situation. I don't mind. She'll be playing with Aaliyah Boston, and that's, I mean, NBA standards. That's the dream. You want a dominant big with a dominant guard, and that seems to be what they have. So, looking at her talent and Aaliyah Boston, who was Rookie of the Year.
Hey, they might have a Stockton Malone situation on their hand.
I'm saying, so you're now looking at a team who should, if not year one, definitely after, have championship aspirations. So you're going to have the ability to market. We just saw what happened with the cross marketing of Sabrina Ionescu with Stephen in 3. You got things like that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
There was no loss for the amount of ideas that can come for you to be able to generate revenue. But now we need to start figuring out ways how to break these ladies off. And I think the steps, whatever steps she takes in negotiating how to finagle that situation, I think that's going to be the blueprint for other major female sports to follow for the next several years. And that's why I think it's like such a huge moment for not only for her, for women's sports.
I agree.
And like I said, I know she didn't ask for it, but it's the position she's in, and I just pray that she has the right type of people in her corner, the right type of people in her ear, and not just people looking to cash out.
Facts.
So,
big fact.
Man, everybody out there, hey, leave your comments or hit us on social media. Let us know what you think. And a lot this type of stuff can put wear and tear on you physically and mentally. And mentally, the mind can be a tricky thing. People say you hear things people say about you. Which brings me to our next guy, J. Cole. J. Cole and Drake. As y'all recall, late in the football season, there was a song came out, First Person Shooter, by J. Cole and Drake. Man, I rocked to that thing for like a month. That it went hard. Pause.
Hard as the what? The what?
As the Super Bowl.
Hey.
And I'm not a huge Drake fan, but hey, credit was due today. That was fire. Him and Cole. I guess somebody didn't like that. This dude named Kendrick Lamar, so he spoke his piece. He spoke his piece about it, and in that track they referenced, basically saying these dudes aren't a big three like they started a league. Basically saying Cole, Kendrick, and Drake are at the top of the mountain of this hip hop game right now. And hard to disagree. Kendrick said no. He disagreed. Said F your big three. It's just big me. Just big me. He proceeded to go in on Drake and Cole a little bit. Some say he was more Drake than Cole, but whatever. He went in on him. The world sat around with anticipation, waiting for a reply from either Drake or Cole. Didn't matter who. We just wanted to hear something, because hip hop fans have been waiting for a battle amongst top tier talent for some time. That doesn't turn physical or violent. It's just about the bars, just about the music. And they thought they were about to get it, and they did when J. Cole responded with the 7-minute drill on Might Delete Later, his project Might Delete Later. And I loved it. In my mind, Cole was up one. I don't know what you thought about it.
Now, I thought it was solid. Solid rebuttal. I definitely think that I heard mixed reviews about it, but I thought it was solid. I was like, okay, right before the summer started, we about to get a little competition bars, And
that got everybody going.
Because I was thinking, like, yo, this is hip hop. This it wasn't no, East Coast, West Coast, somebody got a die beef. This was
right.
And this is a battle of supremacy for the top dog on the mountain of hip hop right now.
Exactly.
Competition. So, I thought it was solid. I thought I was like, yo, right before summer. Oh, it's about to be a cold summer.
Heck yeah. I heard it. I sent you the text. Oh, it's cold outside. You could hear the Jay-Z influence on Cole. Everybody knows Cole was once upon a time signed to Rock Nation, first artist signed to Rock Nation. You could hear the Jay-Z influence because some of the bars he kind of spit it like some of the bars from Jay's battle with Nas. And yeah, everybody thought it was about to be on, but then the weekend came.
Mm.
And over the weekend, J. Cole did a show. And you know what? J. Cole apologized. As I apologize for you for not having the audio ready. I should have had that audio ready, but I don't. J. Cole apologized because he said in his spirit he did not feel right about this, and Kendrick, that's his brother, like basically it didn't sit right him spiritually or mentally. Can't lie, when I heard it I was disappointed. However, I respected J. Cole for coming out and saying that, because it took me to a different place. And the place it took me to is, I'm sure we've all been here. We have all kind of different relationships. But if you think about the relationship that a man has with, and I'm gonna limit this number to his two best homies, like that relationship, especially if that relationship starts in school or like your first real job. Like, and by school, it could be high school, it could be college, it could be wherever, school, something where you got years, because you start racking up years, and from school. But the relationship you have with your two best homies, however it started, I mean when I say two best, I mean the type of relationship that you develop where after a while you forget how y'all became friends. Like, that's how tight you are. Like you try and think, you like, bro, I don't even remember how how we came to be this tight, but it just happened. Like, that's my dog. And I got to thinking about that relationship, and I'm like we are men, so I know 99.9% of us have been there.
Mm-hmm.
There was a beef. Something happened. Whatever it may be, female, something somebody said, somebody did, whatever happened, something happened to cause a rift in the relationship. And you go to try and repair that relationship, but it's never the same. You know what I mean? It just whatever happened was just so strong that it just can't. It's just not the same. And you try, but it's just not the same. Like that text that used to get like a 3-second reply, yo, you see the fight, or that reply at the same time you send in the text because y'all thinking on the same wave. Like, it's just not. It now turns into, I'll hit you back after I eat this sandwich. I'll hit you back after I finish this show. I'll hit you back after. Right. Everything's different. It's just changed. And so it got me to thinking, like, how many of those relationships would have been solved if we could have been man enough to hit that quick apology. Like Cole did. Cole dropped this song literally on the Friday. 2 days later, my bad, took it back. Not a week, not a month, like literally dropped it, sat on it overnight, came out and said my bad, like, and took it down. Like, how many relationships could we, and it goes to a bigger conversation, like we literally, we started the show off, and we do, obviously we'll close today, but we do every day. We close with our Fit Friday challenge, which stems from ways to improve mental health, specifically male mental health. And this is one of the things, because I look at the comment, I'm gonna read some random comments just from random posts that this kind of feedback Cole is receiving. Oh my God,
it's wild, bro.
No, I'm gonna read this one because this one, like, I was gonna start somewhere else, but this one kind of caught my eye. The fact that J. Cole is being criticized for doing what he felt was right in his spirit is proof that the black community is dead inside.
Damn.
No one respects us. Heck, we don't even respect ourselves. Big up for doing the right thing, J. Cole. Those of us that aren't blind, applaud you for doing it.
Mm.
Like that fucking comment, bro. So
That
the
comment so
fact
real.
that J. Cole is being criticized for doing what he felt was right in his spirit is proof that the black community is dead inside. Like
That's
that shit
crazy.
hurt my soul, bro.
Yeah. Soon as you said, I'm like, oof, oof. Yeah, man. That's that. Hey, just to piggyback off that, man. That's that statement was so 100% true and real, but it hurts at
Yeah,
the same time. You got to hear that because it's like,
absolutely.
damn, man. Like that's what people who are not in our community view us, or that's people who in our community view us. And it's sad that hey, man. I don't agree why he's getting criticized. I understand it. I think two things can be right at the same time. I can understand why he's getting criticized, but I don't agree with the criticism. Because the fact of the matter is, you know, as excited as I was for, oh man, this is old school hip hop. This is competition. They about to go at it before the summer. I was excited to get, a follow up and then a follow up and then a follow up and then a follow up. I was excited to get it. So I'm a little disappointed I don't get the follow up, but I 100% understand Cole's stand on this, where it's like, hey man, I don't want this to get taken out of control. I don't want this to get taken out of context.
Right.
For y'all, it may be entertainment and competition, but I don't want my homeboy to feel some type of way about my bars, and I don't want to feel some type of way about his bars. And then all of a sudden, we take a friendship that was built on music and camaraderie, and it went somewhere it wasn't supposed to for entertainment and competition basis. Like to me, I applaud Cole to
Yeah.
taking that route. And I'll be honest, I don't know if I could have done it. Just me personally, me as
Yeah.
wild card. I'm comfortable in my skin to know, hey man, I know my man K Dot. You know, I know me. We gonna have this little competition, little soiree, and then by the time both our albums drop, people anticipating and it's gonna be fire. Cool. That's me.
Right.
I'm not gonna knock Cole for specifically saying it didn't feel right in my spirit. And here's the thing about this, Bobby, and I think this is what is big about this mental health part that we like to talk about. Cole, he listened to his inner
Yeah.
self.
Yeah.
He listened to that conscious that in his ear, in his soul, and said it didn't feel right. So
Yeah.
why continue to ignore your soul talking to you for the entertainment and the competition parts? For what? For it to get worse? So I applaud him. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
hey, people need to listen to their inner voice more often. It might save them for some shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think enough people listen to their inner voice or their conscience or their soul talking to them, because they talk to us all the time. I know we might sound like Randy Orton. I hear voices in my but
Hey, you need to.
sometimes you might need to listen to them. It might save you from some shit down the road that you might not only apologize for. It might save you for some shit you might get litigated for. It might save you for some
Yeah.
shit that'll keep you out some trouble, man. And so, hell, there's probably a whole bunch of things I wish back in the day I would have listened to my inner self. My inner self told me, "Hey, Mar, man, you might want to think twice." And what I do, I ignored it. And
Mm-hmm.
then you never know when that one time you ignore your inner voice, how it may change the trajectory on the pathway of your life. You never know, because it could be that small. So
Mm-hmm.
hey, say what you want. They could call cold, weak, soft, whatever. Hey man, hey, big up to homie, man. A lot of people ain't got the mental strength to do what he did. Hey man, my bad, man. I responded, and after, just didn't feel right, didn't sit right with me. Hey man, more people need to listen to their inner self when they say shit just not feel right, just don't sit
Yeah.
right. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. So I think those people criticizing a bunch of goofies, man. That rapper Simba, who's that guy? What that? Sit your ass down. First of all, I ain't never heard of you as a rapper. Now you got the nerves to be you think you the damn needle on what's cool for hip hop or not. Who is you, motherfucker? The only simple I respect is Lion King, and you ain't it. So, fact of the matter is, people need. Hey, sometimes it's okay to mind your damn business. Cole did
Yeah,
what he felt was right for him. Leave him be. Y'all ain't got to live with this. He do.
yeah, and
And
it's
as soon as
like,
he hit
but
the end, he was like, "Yo, it don't feel right.
yeah,
Drop, take it away, take it back." So I'm with it, man.
but so like it's just, and it does speak to a bigger. It's like I've always wondered this about hip hop, and now and that comment is making me think there is just such a deeper it's just a deeper impact on the actions of us as men. And first, I'm speak to all men, regardless of race, background, whatever. All men, like from birth, it's be tough, take care of others before you take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, stand on everything you say. Like, don't waver. Don't let nobody bully. Don't let nobody do this to you. Don't let nobody do that. Which leads to this thing that we have to be right all the time.
Mm.
To that attitude. And then when you follow that up by getting involved in something like hip hop. And the one thing, like, I listen to all of these old heads in hip hop and in life on this situation. They all, you hear some things regurgitated. And one thing, oh, hip hop was built on battling. Hip hop's built on this. It's cool. You gotta. I'm sorry, but I don't think the Sugar Hill Gang was dissing nobody.
Nah.
And we assimilate them with the creation of hip hop, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember Run DMC dissing nobody.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I'm not the hip hop historian I used to be when I was involved in it. But now I'm not naive and I'm not stupid. Yes, I know the battle. You go back and find Chaos with the Bridge is over and all of the hip hop is battling. But my question is, as things grow, as things evolve, there's this saying that we love to say to each other: when you know better, you do better, right?
Mm.
We watched Big L die. We watched Jam Master Jay die. We watched Tupac die. We watched Biggie die. We're watching all of these current rappers die.
Mm-hmm.
When are we gonna do better? Half of that shit stems from things said in songs, things, bars, in battle. Like, did you hear the diss song that Beyonce made about Rihanna? No, because the shit don't exist. Do you hear about the diss record that Gwen Stefani made towards Pink? No, because the shit don't exist. Why is hip hop the only form of music where we have to stress this attitude of battling, and why does my rise always have to come with your downfall? Why, in order to prove I'm the best MC, I have to shit on your career? Why, to prove I'm the best man, I have to make you look childish? See where I'm going? That trickle down effect.
Talk to him, dog. Talk to him.
It really did, like that. Just like the comment said, bro. It's not a hip hop problem. Bro, it's a problem in our community.
It's a cultural problem.
Yeah.
Damn.
Think about it.
Hey man, just go in the show. I don't think nothing else need to be said. Damn. That boy talking to y'all, man.
The five pillars of hip hop. I ain't gonna say them. Y'all know what they are. Guess what? Only one involves battling. MCing.
Boy.
Like, but it just speaks to the mentality that we grow up with, that we're taught by. And I'm gonna use this word, and I get this thought from the great Saul Williams. Saul Williams, one of the best poets of all time. My personal favorite. If you don't know who he is, just Google him. Saul Williams, Saul. Check him out. He was a slam poet, probably one of the most famous slam poets. But the Mark gives me credit at being a wordsmith. No, sir. I'm in kindergarten compared to this brother.
Hey, you ain't too shabby though, man. Don't downplay yourself, bro. Don't downplay yourself. You ain't too shabby over there, bro.
I was just speaking to my daughter about this last week. Not about this, but I used the same terminology. Like we need, and since I'm gonna go ahead. This is part of my Fit Friday challenge. Like, we need to really take inventory on our diet. And I know when we hear this word, the first place everybody goes is what you eat. Yeah. But no, the diet is anything that the body ingests, be it verbally, auditory, visionary, or edibly. Ooh. That's a diet. Complete diet. Everything you see, hear, feel, anything that your body ingests, takes in, is your diet. And like, especially in today's age, like, we really need to take inventory of our diet, especially as men, as black men. Like, and thoughts and prayers, and I hate that it gets like this. Literally, I hate that I have to say this again. Thoughts and prayers to the families involved. There was a shooting at a school in Dallas today.
Damn, another one?
Yeah. Fortunately, from everything I've heard, only one student was hurt. I do not believe he died. The shooter was apprehended. I don't think there's too much has been released. I don't know if it was just personal, but it was not a mass shooting, thank God. But like, what was the young man listening to? What did he ingest in the leading weeks to lead him to that conclusion? Not only in his personal time, but from his parents.
Facts.
So it's like the things that we take in influence the things that we give to other people, which then becomes their diet. And what they're ingesting. That includes your friends, your associates, your co-workers, your kids, like anybody you come into contact with, you're now affecting their diet. So if I have a shitty diet, anything I get on this microphone and say that you listen to and you pick up now corrupts your diet. Now, we wouldn't sit down at a table and eat somebody else's scraps. So why, in turn, would we then intake some bad material and give our scraps to somebody else verbally?
Whew. Hey, man, somebody give my man a pulpit and a whole choir. Get my man a whole sanctuary. We need the track team to run around a circle real quick. We need an organ player.
But it's true, man. It's just things make me think, man. And it's like, because I'm a person, I love conversation. I mean, about all, I mean, mainly, except politics. Don't come talk to me about politics.
Yeah, don't ask me.
Yeah, it's not because I dislike politics. I enjoy. I don't know. I would say I don't
Oh,
mind politics,
I dislike politics. I don't like the bullshit. It's too fake for me,
but
dog.
I mean, oh yeah, I understand, but it's just like like I can have a conversation about some bullshit, but why I stop at politics is because most conversation about politics only ends up in somebody having to be right or wrong. It's not about the exchange of information. It's I have to be right, you have to be wrong. Period.
Facts.
And it's like useless conversation. So I'd go back and forth about sport. I mean, like prime example, the Jordan LeBron debate, who's the GOAT. Yeah, that usually, but the in between is fun at least. In politics, the in between isn't fun.
Yeah.
So that's why I could take that. But yeah, see, politics made me lose my damn thought.
But to jump in here real quick, I think just based off of what I've been hearing from you, man, you're so spot on, and it 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 could turn so ugly real quick. Even though it was meant to start off as competition and friendly, it can turn real quick because um regardless, man, competition, even though between Cole and K Dot, it can turn into something different between their fans.
But why you got to be soft though? That's my whole question. Like it's just so it's just like me and you have a conversation, and you like, man, you know what? I'm going through it with the lady. We did X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, yeah, you was kind of messed up for that. And you like, for real? I'm gonna go ahead and apologize. Nah, don't apologize. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you? You crazy? You still the man. That's like me saying that. And we know those conversations are had. Like, nah, like, why do we just have this mentality of if anything that we do that's not what's the word I'm looking for? That's not encouraging this bravado. Like, bro, it's okay to say you're sorry. In those literal words, I'm sorry. Not the generic my bad or no, I'm sorry.
I hate to say it though, Bobby. Thought processes like that won't go away until there's a end of a certain generation, because it's to a certain degree, and the reason why I say that is because you know, we don't think like our parents did, and our parents didn't think like our grandparents did, because
Right.
as you as as things go on in certain times, they grew up in a certain different time when things were going on, especially our grandparents. They were
Okay.
dealing with Jim Crow and all that shit. That was a different time and mindset that they had to deal with, and then our parents had to deal with a certain type of societal thought process that you had to deal with. We did, and then the kids that we got, they grow up in a different time frame and societal. I don't want to say acceptance, but
Right.
mental tolerance of that you got to have to a certain degree to have mental toughness. If that's the right way I'm phrasing it, but it's I hate to say it, like in politics right now, and the way our government's ran, I don't. It's ran by a whole bunch of old motherfuckers that have a certain different, um, you know, thought process that is outdated, and they don't understand that because that's how they've been thinking for the last 80 plus years. So
Right.
when you have these old motherfuckers sitting on Capitol Hill coming up with these rules and regulations and laws and stipulations, is because they're still thinking with that same mindset and that old outdated thought process.
Right.
So, I hate to say it, thought processes and things like that die off with that generation, hopefully, for the most part. And hopefully they haven't been trickled down or taught to the next generation below them. And, uh, I'm just hoping that, especially us as our people and our culture, that, you know, we can break the everyday thought process that's been in our culture for so many years. It's been in our culture for so long. Like it even took me a minute to understand why Cole was backing out. And then
Right.
heard the words that he said, and I'm like, you know what? Nobody's ever bothered to tell me to think or even mention or even utter something different until Cole said it.
Right.
So it even took me a second to be like, you know what? Damn, Cole. I ain't even thought it that way. I would have never, even fathomed to have that process like you that you just did.
Yeah.
It literally took him to that moment to say, hey man, it just didn't feel right in my spirit, and this is why. And I don't want it to lead to this. I don't need that. And that's when you're like, oh, Cole, you opened my eyes. I had an epiphany. It was like, damn, okay. It makes sense. That's why I can't knock him for the reason why he did it. Because he is literally not afraid to break generational thought process. Because that's what he's doing. He is breaking generational thought process. And he did it right in front of my eyes that it even took me a second to realize that, oh, this man is not following the norm. And it's okay. And it's okay that he's not following the norm. And guess what? Like I said earlier, it's okay to not follow the norm, okay, in situations like this. Because we don't know what the situation could have led to had it continued. We don't know how far it could have went. We don't know how much damage it possibly could have done to his relationship with him and K-Dot. We don't know that.
Yeah.
So, hey, man, it for all the criticism he takes, man, sometimes it takes that criticism and I'm pretty sure he'll be okay to wear that criticism just to say that, hey man, I'm okay for not following the same route and going down the same generational thought process, looking at this situation. Hey man, it takes a lot. And hey man, I get nothing but props to Cole for that. And I don't think he's corny for it. I don't think he's soft for it. I think that's one thing about people like J. Cole. I think we need to hold him to a higher standard and protect him more.
Yeah.
Because he's willing to say, hey man, why? Why do we got to keep continuing following the same generational shit that we did? Because what happens? When you keep following the same generational shit, you end up in the same position you in. There's no progression. There's no evolving. There's no evolution to our culture. There's no evolution to our people if we keep following the same generational shit. How do we evolve through time? How do we, in the future down the line, say that we have progressed from 1960, from 1886,
right,
from 1776? How do we say that we progressed? Okay, yeah, the shackles and the shit ain't on us, but there's some shackles that people ain't even seeing that's still on us. And if you have thought processes that we keep having from the same generational thought process year in and year out, them shackles that most of y'all motherfuckers don't see, it's still gonna be there. You may be free, but you ain't free, bro. So it's like, I don't know, man. I'm okay with people like Cole willing to think different and willing to acknowledge the fact that, hey, man, we ain't got to keep going down the same route. Because he fell into it. He responded.
Yeah.
So he did have the same generational thought process. And then it hit his flow, and he's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I fell for it. Damn it. This ain't what. Nah, man. Hey. And people probably not even understanding why he took it back. People not understanding why that. And that's to me, that's the most shameful part of that. They not understanding that part.
Yeah.
When the man said it didn't feel right in my soul, when a person says that should have been a red flag to you to say, hey man, hey, he said his soul? He said it don't feel right in his soul? That should have been your first indicator, like, yo, man, hey, man, damn this little competition and for our benefit is entertainment and whatever. Hey, man, this is real life shit.
Yeah.
Hey, man, people gotta wake up, bro.
I know.
People gotta wake up.
Sometimes I know people say that sometimes our culture feels like the crab in the bucket,
Mm,
but to me, it feels more like crabs in a bathtub.
mm.
Everybody don't get it, but crabs can climb a bucket. They can't climb out of tubs; too slippery. So you can't even get going. We all just
Mm.
stuck. So that bucket, you got a chance to get out. They ain't getting out the tub; they just in there. And that's how I feel sometimes. Like we come up, we say all these anecdotes about getting better, or yeah, if you do better, you do better. Just take out the new. Why can't we just do better? Why can't it just be if you do better? Like there's always one thing holding us back, and it's like and I'm the thing just like you said, the thing that makes me more sad about this is it's not gonna catch on.
Mm.
It's not gonna catch on.
Yeah, because the majority are gonna think he's soft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna be the coldest off, and what's not
Yeah.
gonna catch on is what he did and why he did it and the thought process behind it.
Facts.
But guess what? We all gonna stand on business.
Stand on it.
I hate that fucking saying. I love Boosie because that's where most people got it from. I ain't gonna say everybody because them that know. I hate that saying because you got all these I ain't gonna say, you got all these folks running around saying that and they really don't know what it means. Like I'll be the first to say, I ain't no punk, but I ain't no gangster.
Mm-mm.
But I know real gangsters. And stand on business don't mean to them what it mean to you.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all out here using that shit like it's something. I stand on bit. Do you really? Nah, I know real gangsters, bro. That dude stand on business and they know what it mean. So
Yeah, that saying has a real meaning to some other folk, and that ain't what
yeah,
you about.
right. Like I say, I ain't no punk, but I ain't no gangster either. But I know some real ones.
Hey, talk about it.
And like I say, that's gonna catch on, and people are gonna be saying that for the rest of the year.
Mm.
I got something else we can stand on. Apologies.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My bad, bro. I messed up. Can we rectify the situation? You need to get back. Look at what he said in positive. If you need to get back, I got my chin out. Go ahead, man.
Mm.
If you need to do you and go ahead and get your lick back, go ahead. Like there's a lot of grown man stuff came out of his mouth, man. Let that be. Let that carry on. Let's take that forward.
That's
let
some
that
real
start.
grown man shit.
Yeah. Let that start trending.
Yeah. I feel you on that one, dog.
But Fifth Friday checks as we do close it out every Friday with that. I know you still coming down from your WrestleMania high.
So is, man.
You got anything for the people this week?
Hey, man. Man, I think you said it, man. You said your diet. So I'm with that. Change your diet. And not just food wise. Try not to ingest anything toxic for a day. So all you ladies, stay away from the damn housewives of Potomac, Atlanta, whatever. Stay away from the love and hip hop from day. So and the fellas, don't try to, stay away from the crazy hip hop beefs or whatever for a day. Hey man, just take a day out this weekend and ingest positive things, food, drink wise, audio wise, visual wise. Just take a day out and make sure that you ingest positivity to your diet. Just one whole day. Somebody call you with some bullshit. Like, hey, not trying to hear it.
Not on that.
Catch me tomorrow. Catch me tomorrow. Today is my day of positivity. So just go a whole day with positive stuff, man. You don't ingest nothing negative wise. So that's my challenge to everybody.
Yep, and I'm just gonna elaborate on it. It is spring, so it's time for spring cleaning. Yeah, Mar said do it for a day. I'm gonna give you the whole week. Whole week, just go ahead, take inventory of your diet, man. See some
Mm,
of the nonsense that you got, jot it down, whether it be
mm.
on your mobile device or whether it be pen and paper. Just jot down the things that you intake, television, food wise, people. Because every person don't need to be in your life, bro. There's some people we
Oh,
can cut out of there.
oh, my brother, testify.
Yes, go ahead, jot all that down, and over the weekend, go ahead and look at the things that you can do without. Every year or every so often, we go through our closets and we see the things that, hey, the things that we can no longer wear due to Thanksgiving, and or we go through, just old stuff we don't need, and we toss it or we give it away, give it to somebody more. Hey, do the same thing in life, man. Just jot these things down to see what we can do without. Now you ain't gotta toss everything. A little piece of chocolate cake is good every now and then. Just shouldn't have a whole, diet for it. And yes, chocolate cake is a metaphor, folks. I'm talking. Chocolate cake would be your Real Housewives, and I can't. I call it. Uh, I call. I give my wife crack. I'm like, she needs at least 1 hour a week of ratchetness.
That's hilarious.
So I let her have her 1 hour of ratchetness. Uh, but yeah, this stuff we do for fun. But yeah, just take inventory and get rid of some of the stuff that you don't need. I mean, trust me, if you'll feel better. You will feel better. How you doing? Speak of the devil, and they may come. Just right on cue. How you doing, sweet pea?
Hi, honey bear.
Nice.
Don't be talking about my stuff.
Huh?
Are you talking about my stuff?
No, I was just talking about you need to enjoy some ratchetness every once in a while. That's all.
Yes, you do. Get it out. It's good for the soul.
Oh, no.
And I'll tell you, I'm gonna let she probably kill me for this. My wife is a huge country fan, huge country fan. Um, but guess what is who's the number one artist in her phone? If you just open Spotify and press play.
That,
Don't judge me.
no, we're not gonna judge. Hopefully, it's Boosie Badass. I don't know.
Close. It's Lil Wayne.
Hey,
Who did he
not
say?
bad. Not too shabby.
Boosie.
Oh my
Not
god,
too shabby.
absolutely not.
No, she hates, but no, she just don't like the way Boosie sound.
Oh,
Shout out to Boosie. Boosie's one of the funniest people on earth by accident.
but he always sounds drunk. I can't do it.
That's hilarious.
But that's what makes it funny.
But I dealt with enough drunk people in my life that I can't sit and just hear it.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm not getting paid for it.
She's like, can't do this no more. No sir. I'm with it.
Nah,
I
man.
love
But,
Lil Wayne's my shit.
Hey, I guess.
Hey, I'm a big Wayne fan. Maybe not of his latest stuff, but probably definitely his older
To
stuff.
other things.
Yeah, but it was just about the number. Like you would never guess. Like she talks country, and I would never forget. Like, because of knowing, like I'll never forget it. I would never ever forget it. In knowing her, I was just pre-marriage, pre-dating, in knowing her and her personality, and then sitting next to we were former co-workers. Sitting next to her at work one day, her phone rang and it was like Lil Wayne. I'm like,
Ratchet Central.
Yeah, like not even like lollipop. Like okay, I could have handled like if nah, it wasn't lollipop. It was like
6 foot, 7 foot.
no, it wasn't 6 foot. It was what it was like hardcore Wayne. Like something just I'm like what.
It wasn't Radio Wayne.
Yeah, I'm like oh my god, but. Uh, close out different. Close out a little different before we get out of here. Upcoming events. Anything upcoming we need to be on the lookout for that you know of?
Man, no, not that I know of. Obviously, men's and women's NCAA finished. Hey,
Yeah,
man, hey, keep your eyes out. The draft is coming up for the WNBA in a couple of
absolutely.
weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep your eyes peeled for that. Obviously,
Shocking. That was shocking to me. Angel Reese is not projected to be a top 5 pick.
top five. I know. I saw that. I was like,
I was like,
whoa.
yeah, I thought for sure she'd be top 3. But
Yeah, yeah,
hey,
yeah.
some ballers out there.
Yeah, so we'll see where Angel Reese goes, where she ends up, where she's projected to go. She's like 8th or 9th that I saw on the projection. I was kind of shocked by that.
Yeah.
Um, Other than that, man, just because I know there's some NWSL, the National Women's Soccer League, has been pretty fire, especially for the Kansas City Current out here in Kansas City. So,
Little beef. I heard. Who was that threw a shot at somebody threw a shot at y'all. Oh man, who was it? And it was like the wives too, because Pat Mahomes' wife owns the team, right? Who threw the shot at her?
Hey man, hey, there's so many people throwing shots at her on a regular basis. I can't keep up with it, man. But
It was like another woman like threw like something like, all right, see y'all. I get the first game's coming up. She's like, see y'all on week 1 or whatnot. I was like, oh, that's wild.
yeah, that's wild. But hey, man, just stay positive out there, world. Whatever you do, man. I think that's the only thing I can really say left. Is just find peace and tranquility out there, and just enjoy your life. We got one life to live, man. Enjoy it, especially with your peoples, your loved ones, friends, families, and things like that. Hey, man, it's less negativity, more positivity, and I think that's the only thing that matters at this point in time, man. Is finding more peace and joy, man.
There you go. Well stated. So me be out on the lookout. What is coming? Oh yeah, it's UFC tomorrow night. UFC 300.
300. Yeah.
Again, I'm a novice UFC fan, so to me, the card is kind of There's a couple fights I want to see. I do want to check out the main event though. Alex Pereira made his name knocking out Izzy Adesanya. I still think Izzy's better. He did get his get back eventually, but yeah, he's fight. I'm gonna check his fight out. NBA playoffs play-in starts next week. So, see if the Warriors can get in, see if the Lakers can get in, see if they both can get in. Hey, we'll see what's happening with that. I think the Masters going on right now.
Yeah, the Masters going on right now.
Yeah,
Tiger made the cut. Tiger made the cut.
Yeah, let's see if Tiger can do that thing. Hey, Vegas is hoping he can't. Boy, it's a lot of money on Tiger. If he could actually pull it off, whoo, it's gonna be some people getting paid.
That's a fact.
And of course, MLB just starting up. Hey, my Guardians early in first place. Let's see if they can keep me interested in baseball.
Yeah, my Royals ain't doing too bad. I was kind of shocked. I was like, I'm usually out of it by the time the second week of baseball starts.
Same here.
I don't usually last about the second week of April. Then I'm like, I'm waiting for training camp. but they doing their thing right now. So they sitting right behind your Guardians at half game. So I'm proud of the squad right now. So
Yep. But that is our time. Of course, if you want to continue the conversation online, hey, look right below. Look at the scroller. You see all our access on social media. Let's go ahead. Please hit us up right there. Of course, you can always reach out to us in the comments, man. We check all the comments and all that and third. And for those returning, and if you're new to us, go ahead and follow the directions on your screen. hit that like button. Go ahead, subscribe, turn your notifications on so you know the next time we are here running our mouths, which will be next Friday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, and every Friday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. And of course, if you don't want to see my beautiful face, you can hear our voices only. Audio only on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Music, or wherever you receive your podcasts. Just search Audible Sports Podcasts. And that's about it. That's all I got. So, until next week, peace.
Y'all.